What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I have a brand new video regarding a specific champion and the Sand Devil's Necropolis, regarding some amazing interactions with the new boss, Al-Naemeh, and that champ is Chaagur. Okay, so before I get started any more in this video, let me go over this real quick. I understand that it's very, very hard to get specific champions in this game, like extremely hard. That's one of the biggest issues I find to be in the game currently in the game, and it's something I'd like to get rid of in the future, but for now, we're limited. So I understand it's very hard to get specific epics, nonetheless a void legendary, but today we're here to talk about Chaagur. So very few people have left reviews. We only have 1,000 here, which tells you that not many people have this guy. So I was fortunate to pull him in one of my most recent videos. I pulled a Hegemon and a Chaagur. I was very shocked by it, very surprised. When you pull champions like this, I mean, I have no other reason to believe that you just got really lucky. That's all there is to it. So I got really lucky, pulled the Chaagur. I'm a pay-to-win scumbag, you know how it is. So, my apologies, but I do this for content creation purposes. I do this so I can create, come up with these videos for you guys, find these things. And I can't do that if I don't have the champions. So I do have this champion, and my first thoughts were, I'm getting Ramantu very, very soon. I have like another secret room or two to beat in the hard, and I'm done. I got Ramantu. I got Chaagur, and the first thought was, where can I use this guy in the game? And for myself, personally speaking, I had no place for this guy in the game, really, to use him, that he would outshine somebody else. So the arena, no. Doom Tower, no. Other places in the game, no. And it seems like he's got an amazing kit, but I was like, where do you use him? So when Sand Devil's Necropolis was announced and Al-Naemeh, was vulnerable to sleep, I said, ooh, I have to rethink Chaagur. Because I was really about to +1 him into Ramantu immediately. Because Ramantu has a spot on one of my teams, Chaagur does not. So it makes sense. Then I was like, oh, well, let me rethink that. Because this new boss, vulnerable to sleep, Chaagur could be amazing for that. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? He is. So let me tell you about what's happening with this guy real quick. Basically what's happening is, he has this passive skill. Well, let's go over the kit real fast so you understand what he does. Okay, the A1 has a 50% chance, 75% chance when booked to do a sleep debuff for 1 turn. Okay, he sleeps on the A1. Very nice. He can, pull this off with the ally attack any other way. Very nice. Okay, the A2 attacks all enemies 2 times, drops poisons and a decreased defense. Okay, that's not the one that's really that special. All right. We have the A3. Again, it's not that special. According to this boss, it will ignore shield, block damage, and unkillable buffs if its target is under poison. Okay, but the passive skill here is what makes Chaagur truly special in combination with the A1. Okay, Constant Agony instantly attacks enemies with the default skill wherever they receive damage from poison debuffs placed by this champion. When hitting enemies under poison debuffs, heals this champion by 10% of the damage inflicted. Okay, so what happens is, a champion will have a poison debuff on them. They will get a turn. Chaagur interrupts their turn. So their turn has counted. The counter for a turn clicks, yes, the turn has occurred. Then Chaagur is going to interrupt their turn before they actually take their turn. He's not interrupting their turn before they get a turn. He's interrupting their turn after they get a turn, and the poison ticks. So the poison will tick. He has this chance right here, instantly attacks enemies with the default skill to replace the sleep. So the boss Al-Naemeh, let's go to the boss real fast and read the description. All right, so why this is important and why this works is because of Dreamless Sleep passive on Al-Naemeh. Okay, now the important part is down here at the bottom where it says, whenever a sleep debuff expires or is removed from Al-Naemeh, he becomes immune to sleep debuffs for 1 turn. So if you sleep him, and he wakes up, he can't be slept again, except for when you have Chaagur. So the reason why this is working is because Al-Naemeh still has the poisons on himself. He takes the turn, he gets interrupted, so his turn is already counted as having taken a turn, but then Chaagur puts him right back to sleep again. So it's like he's asleep, he wakes up, takes a turn, and goes right back to sleep. So he technically never wakes up, which really just counters the Dreamless Sleep passive here. So there's one champion in the game that can do this. It's Chaagur, and it's absolutely amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Let me show you in action right now. And then after I'm done with this, let me show you guys some teams, some other options to counter this boss that aren't Chaagur, just to, just in case you're feeling bad that you don't have Chaagur, and I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. I understand. Talk about Chaagur, though. He's just annihilating this boss. Al-Naemeh cannot wake up. I mean, as you can see, he wakes up, he goes right back to sleep, and it's just a consistent process. Now, he does have that 75%, 80% chance to land the debuff, so it can just go through an A1 turn and not work. So that does happen. It happens very consistently. But as you can see, there's times where he'll lock down Al-Naemeh for the entire fight. Now, I understand, like, that's kind of hard to watch and go like, wow, is it that easy? Yeah, it is kind of that easy, but at the same time, it's not that easy. Like, if he doesn't go through the A1, it's going to be a normal fight just like it is for anybody else. So as we level up these champions and get more of this gear leveled up, I think we're going to be seeing, growth through the stages on all accounts. Kind of go over the build for a second and go over the presets, because our team has some presets here. And, the team itself, as you can see, we have Chaagur, we have a Reviver, we have Septimus, who's a enemy max HP damage dealer. Go over Chaagur's build real fast, and then the AI. I have him basically in a standard toxic build. As you can see, in most dungeons or areas of the game, like Doom Tower, if you put a bunch of poisons on the enemies and they get turns, he's going to basically just shut them down with the A1, put them to sleep. So it's very beneficial, very nice. I do like this set. You could probably change the set to something else and still be, just as good. But this one works. And if you want to apply more debuffs to Al-Naemeh, this one's doing it. As far as the masteries go, I don't have mine masteried up at the moment. Like, he's not fully maxed out. I just barely started leveling him up during the last champion event. So he's barely, even getting booked up at the moment. Definitely doesn't have maxed out gear. So Chaagur can definitely be improved. His stock is going up. Just in case you're not blessed enough, lucky enough to get Chaagur in the game, you're looking forward to get him in the future, let's talk about some budget options that are accessible right now. We have characters like Seer, Canelia, you have Zelata, you have Thanasul, and probably one of the most accessible ones in the game is Muck Stalker, a rare from the Lizardman faction who's attainable by going through Godfrey's Crossing level 10 in the stages of the campaign. So you can go farm like stage 10-3 and get yourself a Muck Stalker. Muck Stalker has a Strangle, A2, attacks one enemy, places a sleep debuff for 2 turns if the target has no active buffs. Now, Al-Naemeh will never have active buffs, so this will always be able to land. Very nice ability. Everybody has access to him. So if you don't have one of those other champions, get this guy now, level him up, and then look forward to getting some of these other champions in the future. Seer's a very nice one. She can strip the buffs and do some massive damage, although it's less damage to actual bosses. But there's some other options out there that work. Let me go over this little fight real quick. All right, so we got this little mod squad here of Thanasul, Lightsworn, Canelia, Maeve, and Muck Stalker here. So very low level gear. They're not very high level, obviously, but the one thing that you do need for this boss is speed. Go ahead and get it started so we can put him to sleep right away. Get a 10 countdown here. Try to drop some debuffs if we can. Just going to put this fight in fast forward and then cut it to the end and go over just what's going on here, just real basically, real fast, real quick. So we got Lightsworn. He has the Revive on Death buff. We have everybody else is there for a sleep. There's not really a lot of damage in this build. You got Lightsworn providing a little bit. Maeve provides a little bit. Besides that, you don't really have a lot of damage. You could probably find better damage dealers in your builds. What I really just wanted to find out was, do the sleeps work? Can these guys place the sleeps? Does anybody even have like books? Canelia is booked up, I think. Maeve is not. Thanasul doesn't have books in him. Muck Stalker's not even booked up. Lightsworn's not booked up. So I mean, if these guys can do this at level 50 with basically no gears, all between level 8 and 11, anybody could do it. Now, the actual energy cost that you get at the end of this fight here versus the oils you get from the lesser oils, there's not a big difference between the later stages, like in the middle, like stage 14, for example. If you can do the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, you're going to basically get the lesser oils you need to advance your account, even at level 50s like this, with basic gear, low-level gear, and stuff like that. So, I mean, you don't need to be at level 14 or even level 25 to start, getting your account leveled up and artifacts ascended. You just need a team that can actually place to sleep and get to the fight, which Muckstalker seems like he's more than adequate and able to do. Last thing I wanted to say before I wrap this video up, I wanted to address the fact that we have no avenue in the game to actually acquire a champion that we want to get. So if I wanted to get Chaagur here, for example, or Hegemon, I don't have any access to be able to get these champions other than to buy shards and pull and get lucky. Now, this right here, wish list for the Soulstone summons, is the type of system that I wish they could build into the game. I would love to see this put into the game. The same way that we have the login rewards, why can't we have, let's say over the course of 3 months, an avenue to pick a champion we want to earn and work towards, then be able to acquire that champion after completing specific tasks. Being able to acquire certain, let's call them, shards or whatever you want to call the little, puzzle pieces to acquire a champion, a fragment, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call this system. Create a system where I can get these fragments, collect them, earn a champion over the course of, say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever the case may be. Give us the champion that we want to earn, that we want to earn, we want to learn, look forward to, we want to possess in the future. It could be an epic. It could be say 2 months for an epic, 3 months for a legendary, something like that, 4 months for a void. I don't know what the case may be, something like this. But we need to have something in the game, and this is for free-to-play players as well, for everybody in the game, be able to earn a champion they want. There's over 700 champions in the game. We're moving on to about 750 at the moment. There's +5, the empowerment system. There is no reason why I can't go earn me a Duchess, earn me a second Duchess, earn me a third Duchess over the course of, say, I don't know, a year or a year and a half. We should be able to do this kind of stuff because that's not game breaking. That's not account breaking. That's not really subsidizing the shard pulling. I'd still pull shards. I would just be able to get the champion I actually wanted every once in a while and would make me such a happy player. I'd be happy, Plarium. You'd make the entire fan base happy. That should be the goal of any game company or any kind of entertainment business, is to make the customer happy. Because the happier the customer is, the more complacent they're going to be, the more they're going to be spending money on shards and other things. You want happy customers. I don't know why we want angry customers. Why do I want to make a video where I go, check out Chaagur, but also you can't use Chaagur, also spend thousands of dollars and never get Chaagur? That's not cool. I want a system where I can actually get Chaagur because I want Chaagur, or Hegemon, or whoever else, because they're game changers and my account could use a game changer. We all could use one, even those of us who have them. So, I would love an avenue to be able to acquire a champion of your liking, your choosing, and have it be for an option for everybody, for free-to-play players. That's it, period. And then maybe even circumvent that with a little bit more pay-to-win aspect to it or something, since you guys are so into the money aspect of things. Monetize it. But also give us the free-to-play options to earn champions. We need to be able to earn a specific champion. Earn, not pay, earn. And that's it. So I'm wrapping up this video. So we got Chaagur, amazingly unbelievable champion for the brand new Al-Naemeh. If you guys can get your hands on him, make sure you build him. Make sure you use him. Do not put him in Roman 2. He is worth it. Absolutely worth it. And I am a fan of the system. I am a fan of adding new things to the game that extend the systems, extend the stretching of the accounts from beginning to end. So I'm a fan of this stuff. This is going to help everybody in the game. It's going to help every account grow. I'm a fan of it. But give us more access to champions. That's it. That's my rant. All right. You guys have a great day. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.